Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to True Gunners TV. Hang on, let me adjust this a little bit. I've actually got a chair that works now. I'm not falling through it and all that. But of course, we're back again, back with another video. And it's one that you guys all enjoyed last time. So we thought, why not? We've got to get these two guys back together again for, of course, a match review of the Manchester Derby. Of course, if you haven't watched the first episode of Flawless versus Hamza, make sure you go and check that out after this. But of course, welcome back to Flawless. Welcome back to Hamza as well. Big up yourselves. How are we doing?
Oh, bless
I'm
me.
doing very well.
Oh, good.
Absolutely fantastically well. How are you doing, Flawless?
I'm good, Hamza. Big up for having me back as well, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Large up the chat as well, man. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, people.
Absolutely.
Make sure you're doing that, of course. And look, Manchester Derby, I think we all know which way it was going. Deep down, I think we all knew that Man City was the favourites to win the game. The way Man United have been performing recently, Man City had to win that game to keep up with Arsenal and Tottenham, who are currently flying at the top, of course. A lot of United fans, Flawless, after this game, calling for Ten Hag's head. Where do you sit with this one? It's another diabolical performance in the derby. A lot of people very unhappy with the manager's formation, starting 11, substitutions, you name it. And quite a lot of people are now saying it's time for him to go.
In regards to like what you're talking about, like fans calling for his head in particular after this game, like my thoughts on that.
Yeah, so kind of where do you sit on the Ten Hag situation as well? Because I know, you kind of said in previous streams that we shared together that sacking Ten Hag isn't gonna improve Manchester United or anything like that. But a lot of fans who were backing him heavily, Saeed in particular, backing Ten Hag, and he come out after the game yesterday. He said, "Nah, that's it. He's done." Like, where do you stand with it, bro?
Which I get in regards to my standpoint on it is we gotta get a DOF. Like that's how I'm looking on it. Like I fully understand why people are Ten Hag out. The case has been building upon him, and the game against City just further adds to that. I tweeted it out. The evidence against Ten Hag is building like a RICO case. I want to defend him. I can't. It's outrageous what's going on. The list of things that he's done wrong from Sunday all the way up until preseason, and some of the and certain signings are as longer than my arms in regards to that. So the reason why I'm not with big up Claude as well in regards to why I'm not Ten Hag out is because I don't think anything changes. And that's not saying we don't get another manager and then go and play better football. That could happen. I don't trust the people in charge. I don't trust the hierarchy. I do not trust these people to go and get the next guy. I don't trust them to do anything because all the evidence shows is that you lot are just completely incompetent at all levels. So that's why, again, it gets to a point where Ten Hag's position becomes you have to remove him. It'll become a point, but do I expect it to get better? No, I'm just past the point of caring at this point. That's why. That's where I'm at. I see no light at the end of the tunnel. I'm very solution orientated. If there's a problem, I'm like, all right, let's try and get to the solution of said problem. I genuinely don't believe there's a solution with this. Whether we sack Ten Hag, whether we stay with Ten Hag, then so let's say we sack him. Then we're relying on these people, you know what I'm saying, who have shown they're incompetent to go and get the next guy and then bring in that next guy and then give him a plan. That's why I said DOF. If we go and get a director of football, then we sack Ten Hag, that's when I look at it and go, okay, maybe we can do something. But even then, I don't trust these people to go get the director of football. And then say we do go and get a director of football of no. I then don't trust them to go and to give him all the tools he needs to do to go do his job. Because we've heard previous managers mention it. Heard previous in terms of not getting what they needed, not getting. So I just don't trust anything. I don't like anything that's going on. I'm so disconnected. That's why I'm just at the point I don't care. But in regards to people being Ten Hag out, I get it with Saeed because he's at the ground. So I know it's worse watching it than it is on TV. So I get why he switched. What I don't understand is people who are not at the ground, who watch that, that's what turned them. When we've been performing like that the entire season against much worse teams. City are the best team in the league. Whether people like it or not, best team in the league, treble winners. So we lost to a team who are better than us in embarrassing fashion, and that made you turn. But not us struggling against Sheffield United. not us struggling against Burnley, not us struggling against Brentford, not us struggling against Brighton. No, all the like that performance right there has been the performance all season long by Crystal Palace and the vast majority of the Nottingham Forest game. So what I don't understand is people, again, who were not at the ground, why that game made you turn. Is it because there was more eyeballs on it? Is it because it was more embarrassing because it's a Manchester derby? We've been playing that way. That performance was no different. It's just that City are better than a Burnley, better than a Sheffield United, better than a Brentford, better than a Brighton. These performances are the exact same it's been pretty much since the entire season. So that's what's confusing me. Why was that the show? Did you expect something different? I don't get that.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. You bring up that point. You know, you've been playing this way most of the season. City, the best team in the world, arguably. So you know, kind of, what did you expect? It's an interesting point to make. I mean, obviously, United haven't been performing well at all.
No,
but there's a saying in a derby, like, form goes out the window. It's just about who wants it on the day. And I don't know about you, Flawless, but I just looked at your players during that entire 90 minutes. And, you know, for the first 25, 30 minutes before you conceded that penalty, which for me, by the way, wasn't a penalty. I don't care what anybody says. If you're going to start giving penalties away around for that sort of thing, you'll be giving penalties, you know, every 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like every time there's a corner or something. So for me, like, you're unlucky in that aspect. But as soon as that penalty went away, the players' heads dropped. And I don't know your thoughts on this, because obviously you're closer to United than what I am. But from an outsider looking in, it looks to me like he's starting to lose the dressing room a little bit.
That's been happening all season in regards to us folding when the going gets tough. Go look, I think it's 5, 6, maybe even more times. Someone in the chat will know the amount of times we've conceded a goal after scoring. It's happened on 5 or 6 occasions. There's patterns. The same way we'll play good, we'll play decent for the first 20 minutes, be in the game. The opposition will score with their first attack of note or first shot on target. Normally a mistake by us, because even with the Hoyland one, do I personally think it's a penalty? No. But keep your arms down. Take the decision. I just spoke about incompetence of the board. Manchester United's board. You know who else is incompetent? Referees. We know this. We know what their officials are like. Don't give them an excuse to give away a penalty. I always say this. He does not need to put his arm. I like Hoyland. I like what he's done so far. I like him as a player. One of the few bright sparks this season that I look at. However, why Rodri's not even getting there? If Rodri's about to head it in and he does that, I fully understand it. Rodri's not getting there. Why again? But it comes back to what Manchester United have had issues with is decision making all over the pitch, giving away goals. City were even great. They were even great and didn't have to be. They weren't at their best, and that's insert team here all season long. Every team we've lost to, I don't think has played well for the vast majority of the game. None of the performances we've lost to have been 8 out of 10s when you lot beat us. It was 2 last-minute goals that we gave away in regards to, in particular, the second one, Rice bringing the ball down. City, they weren't exceptional. City will play better than that against certain opposition and not win the game. Same way all the games we've lost, everyone we've lost to, even Spurs, everybody we've lost to this season, I don't look at Bayern Munich, even though it was 4-3. They were not exceptional that game. We should have got something from that, but we're just helping teams in regards to our decision-making and individual errors from a defensive standpoint. And Hoyland's a prime example. I think we was 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, Manchester United mistake, we got a goal down, and then that's it. We knew we weren't coming back. I knew we weren't coming back. But in regards to him losing the dressing room, I don't think it's that. I think I said it when we did part 1. The manager's just under pressure. That's what it is. He's under pressure, and we're watching him crumble. We're watching him panic. We're watching him make stupid mistakes. We're watching him say anything. Oh, I didn't play Varane for tactical reasons. Oh, I'm Rashford. I'm gonna play through bad form regardless. We're watching him panic. This is what pressure does. I've said it before. I'll say it again. There's nothing like the Manchester United hot seat. You're under scrutiny 24/7. Not just when you play on a match day. Everything you say is analyzed to a T and broken down, not just by mainstream media, by content creators like ourselves and fans all across the globe. Everybody's so like you are, and we're watching it. This is why he's doing what he's doing, and it's a question of when he gets sacked, not if. This I know he's gone. It's just a question of when. Pick a date.
Yeah. I mean, this is it. And you know, you talk about silly decisions and that. I think he cost you that game. You know, when you look at the decision to leave Varane on the bench, to play Lindelof at left back, to play Harry Maguire and Evans as your centre back pairing, you know, to even start the game with Amrabat and then bring him off at half time. You know, when you're not really up against it with Man City. I don't think they created too much in that.
No, they didn't. We just rolled over
half.
like typical Manchester United. But I don't think he obviously contributed to us not winning the game, but also the players. I tweeted it out when I seen the lineup. I said, "Don't embarrass us." That's the only thing I want. I didn't even say get a result. I did not care for the result. I didn't even say go out there and win, go out there and get a draw. Don't embarrass us. Even if we would have lost 3-0, if we would have put in the effort and I can't believe the bare minimum I'm asking from professional athletes is crazy. I'm asking professional athletes to run. Just go out there and put in effort and make it uncomfortable for Manchester City. And if we would have done that and lost 3-0, I hold my hands up and go, they're a better side, cool. But we actually made it tough for them because City will play teams not as skilled as Manchester United with less talent who will give them a tougher game. 110%. They lost to Wolves this season, I believe. Wolves are nowhere near us in terms of skill level and talent. But yet just the will, just the willingness to want and try. That's why I don't put it 100% on the manager. These players have to take accountability. Because for their lack of skills, which the vast majority of have, because I've said I'll push the vast majority of this team off a cliff, hypothetically, people, not literally. You can put in effort. You can be organized. That's nothing to do with on-the-ball skill set. And don't embarrass us. And what did they do? Go out there and embarrass us. Just rolled over. That's why I don't let them get away with it and blame the manager 100% or say, oh, the manager's lost the dressing room. Even if he has. Yo, still, where's your self-pride? Yeah. Where's your self-motivation? Where's your commitment to the club? Where's your commitment to the fans? That's nothing to do. If you don't like Ten Hag, cool. You know, that's absolutely fine. Not everyone likes everyone they work with. That's absolutely fine. But what about the fans in the ground? What about all the Manchester United fans worldwide who are watching? You owe it to them. And you owe it to yourself. Professional pride. But these lot, when the going gets tough, they just fold. They fold.
Yeah, I mean, like, final question before we kind of move on, you know, to Hamza as well, because he sat there quietly, which is unlike Hamza. You know what I mean? He's normally jumping in on this sort of thing. But I've got a couple of questions in the chat, and they're both related to the same sort of thing. So here to there says, Bruno setting the example for Anthony to kick an attempt to injure. Such disgraceful, vile behaviour from a captain, no class, as Roy Keane said. And of course, we know Roy Keane after the game said where he would start is by stripping Bruno of the captaincy. Is that something you'd advocate?
Yeah, definitely. Bruno shouldn't even be in the side. I said this. I'm saying, but what again? Back to what I was talking. You can literally insert what I said just before in regards to the performances with Bruno. So take out me saying Manchester United performances and put Bruno. Bruno's been performing like this for longer than just this season. In particular, in big games. Normally away from home, he's even worse. But yeah, Bruno's just not a good player. That's why when Hamza last week was trying to say, "Oh, he's your best player," and this, that, and the third. Let's say hypothetically this is true. That's why we've been shit for however long, because he's our best player. If he's the bar, that goes to show why we've been nowhere near Premier League and nowhere near Champions League in 10 years. Longer with the chaps. We don't compete if he's the bar. But it doesn't take him to not perform in a Manchester derby for me to go, Bruno shouldn't be captain. Bruno shouldn't be in the side. No, Bruno should have done not been captain. Bruno should have done not been playing. But because he got goals and assists, that mass people, in particular rival fans who don't watch us week in, week out, well, Bruno scored, so he must be good. Like too much GNA analysis. Whereas if a player scored 2 goals, that means he played well. If an attacker gets 0 goals, 0 assists, you can get man of the match as an attacker and get 0 goals and 0 assists. You can score 2 goals in a game and be detrimental to your team losing. And that's Bruno. We watched it with Ronaldo when he was here the second time round.
Yeah.
Second highest goal scorer, bagged goals. I think, third in the league, I think it was. He got 20 plus goals. We had our worst ever season in the Premier League era. Worst ever season we've had in the Premier League era under that. So, like, that goes to show it's not all about goals and assists. And that's just Bruno for you. But in regards to him kicking people and that, don't do that, because we laud some of our players. Keane kicked people. Vieira kicked people. John Terry kicked people. So we can't just pick and choose because we don't like, because some of our greats of the modern day era kicked people. And we love them for it. So, like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not. Man, we're fighting in tunnels. United and Arsenal fans know. Let's not do that.
Yes.
And we praise those. You know what I'm saying? Man are throwing pizzas at pensioners. And we praise these players. So let's not do that. Please, I beg. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's true. I'm going to bring Hamza in as well. Hamza, still take Bruno Fernandez in Man City squad?
Listen, yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player, but he's playing with it's like a bad. Listen, you take a good apple, put it in a team of bad apples, a bad structure, bad manager that is very egocentric. Yeah, the first thing I think Bruno has shown international levels. He carries Portugal. You speak to people in Portugal, they'll tell you Bruno plays well for us. Then you question, you say, why does he play not well for United? But we've seen great players destroy their career, their names. Paul Labille Pogba won the World Cup for France. They slandered him. They slandered United. You know how many United fans I met that slandered Paul Pogba's name? And I used to fight. And I said, listen, you can't. He wins the World Cup. He's special. He's such a brilliant player. And I just love that those kind of, I'll never put them down. Like no matter what. But any player, and that's a warning to any player, to understand that the choice you make in life has to be the right one.
Let me ask you this, Hamza.
Don't chase the bag.
Let me ask you this.
Before you go, Hamza, we met on part 1.
Yeah.
Words are very important. You need to stop saying this. Bruno carried Portugal. Carried Portugal to what?
Yeah, he didn't carry them to win something. But Portugal,
so what did he carry him to?
You need
No,
11
that's
players to win
no.
something.
That's not the question I'm asking. You said Bruno carried Portugal. So I'm
He
asking
carries
you,
Portugal,
carried them
yeah.
to what? Carried them to what?
In games, he carries them. He's the one that
No,
assists.
so carried them to what? So what was the overall goal? What did he
No, the
achieve
overall,
with
they
Portugal?
didn't win anything, but it doesn't
Okay, so
mean
he's
he
done nothing of
carried.
note then. So carried him, so
But
he's carrying them to nothing.
Sometimes, but you need 11 men to win something.
Yo, again, that's not the point that I'm making. You gotta stop saying this. Bruno carried Portugal. I asked you a simple question.
He carries
Bruno
Portugal.
carries them to what?
Not to tournament, but to win games. He carries them winning
He carries them
games.
to win what games? What games?
I'll give you an example. Like
Which contribute to what? No, forget what games.
okay.
Contributes to what?
World
He won
Cup.
them
Who was
games
the best
to
player in the
contribute
World
to
Cup?
what?
Name me the best player in
Contributes
the
to
World
what?
Cup.
Contributes to what? No, I'm asking
What
you
do
the
you mean
question
to
because
win
you can't
games?
answer it. Answer the question.
Yeah,
He
I'm answering
carried
the
them
question.
to what?
To
He answered
win-
them to what?
Not to win any. What he didn't win the World
Okay,
Cup.
so he's done nothing of note.
No,
Then. He's done
but
nothing
he
of note.
wins them games.
So
It's a
he's done
fact.
nothing of note. He's done nothing
but
of note.
See, you're saying nothing. See,
He's done nothing.
United fans. And
Stop
Flawless,
talking about United fans. I asked you a
Flawless,
question, man. I
Flawless.
asked you a question.
You're
Hamza,
taking-
answer the question. Hamza,
I'm
answer
answering
the
the question.
question. Bruno carries them to what? It's a simple
He
question.
wins
What answer
games
is?
for them.
Okay, so winning
It's
games means you're
simple.
carrying players. All right, cool. All right,
Yeah,
cool. We know
and
where the
that's what
bar
I'm
is.
saying.
All right, cool.
So
All right,
the
cool,
fact that
cool.
you have to ask yourself, like for example, KDB is being called as a fraud in international level.
He is a
Does
fraud
it
at
mean he's a
international
bad
level.
player? No.
Who said he's a
But
bad? That's
many-
two different things.
many
No.
people-
We're gonna no. We are gonna
Yeah.
pinpoint what you just said. You just said people call Kevin De Bruyne a fraud at international level. That
Yes.
doesn't mean he's a bad player.
Fact.
Yeah, too. So okay, is he a fraud at international level? Yes or no?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so what's he won them then?
That's the see. That's
What's
the
he won
problem.
them? What's he done?
See, this is a problem, and I
Not a problem.
felt like 1 second.
problem.
Let me go. Let me say something.
Go on.
Belgium are not expected to win the World
Yeah,
Cup.
they are because they had a golden
Belgium were the
generation.
favourites that
Belgium
year,
have
Hamza.
They were the
never been
favorites.
expected
They
to
got
win the
knocked
World
out.
Cup
They got knocked out.
unless
They
you
got yeah. It was
delusional.
they were a golden generation. Man.
There
There
was
a golden
no way the
generation.
Belgium were going to
Hamza,
win the
it
World
was.
Cup.
Hamza.
Tell him.
They were not
Belgium
better than
were the
France.
favourites
No.
that year, my friend.
They were the favorites in the Euros when they got knocked out by Wales.
France were. France were. They
No,
got
they
knocked
weren't.
out by France, the world champions.
What year was
They were
this?
knocked out. Just
No, I'm
understand,
talking about no.
they
I'm talking
were
about Wales.
the
Don't do
world
that. No.
champions.
I'm talking about the tournament they got knocked out by Wales, my friend, not France. When
Oh,
they got
the
knocked out
Wales-
by Wales.
Wales one, we know what happened. Yeah.
What happened?
Their
Your guy.
defense is a
What
joke.
happened?
Their
What
defense
happened?
is a
No, your
joke.
guy. It was a
How
golden
do you get
generation.
turned like
But
that
you gonna
without-
defend him,
Who's
man.
that guy that turned in the
You
Cardiff?
gonna where did De Bruyne show up? De Bruyne show up, win them the game.
No,
It's Wales.
But you blame. This is when
It's
you
Wales.
need. Listen,
It's Wales.
I'm talking about the World Cup. World
It's
Cup was their
Wales.
peak. The
Okay,
World Cup
but
was
what
their
we've
peak.
what we've established to
Let's go
everyone
back to
watching,
World Cup.
Brandon, to
Let's
what
not run
everyone's watching.
around the World
What
Cup.
to everyone,
Let's go to the
everyone's
World Cup.
watching.
I want
we'll get to that
apologies
in a
today.
second. To everyone who's watching, we've established is to Hamza for you to, as long as you win games for your country or you win games for your club, that means you've carried them. So we've established that. That's where we disagree. Go on, carry on.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Carry
saying
on. No. That's what. No. There isn't. No. That's what we've established. Is you think carrying a player carrying teams means they winning games is carrying the team. So okay, cool. You don't. Okay, that's cool. So you value. I don't value that. I value trophies.
He's like a mother. I'm carrying the baby, but if my back is hurting, I have to put the baby down. It comes to a point where I can't. You can't
ask you this, Hamza. Let me ask you this: Bruno Fernandez, if he's such a good player, why doesn't he make the starting 11 for Manchester City?
Why can't he start? I think the thing is, I personally believe, that's me, but City fans attack me for that. Like, everyone's got an opinion. That's my opinion.
City fans attack you for what?
Like, some of them will say they hate Bruno Fernandez. They just can't stand Bruno Fernandez.
Does he make City's first 11?
I think he starts.
Okay, over who?
And I'll tell you what, if I had the first choice, I'll tell you what.
Everybody's fit. Over who? Who's your midfield? It's Rodri, De Bruyne, and him, yeah?
And City, I apologize for this.
No, it's Rodri. So let's establish this. Everybody fit.
Bruno?
It's Rodri, De Bruyne, Bruno, yeah?
Okay.
So you're picking Bruno.
I'll tell you who plays.
Just answer the midfield. Who's the midfield?
I'll tell you the midfield. I'll tell you the line.
Yes, please, thank you.
Midfield. Bernardo.
Yeah.
KDB.
Yeah.
Rodri.
Yeah. That's
Bruno's definitely playing there.
So where does Bruno play? Because you don't play with four midfielders. Where does he play? Where does he play?
Bernardo goes
on the wing. Grealish plays on the left. Bruno don't play. Bruno don't play. Okay, so we got it. So we got it. So you're putting Bernardo Silva on the right, and you're playing Bruno, De Bruyne, Rodri in midfield. And this, my friends, is why fans should be as far away from football clubs as possible. But go on, carry on.
No. I'm saying that he will play behind the striker.
We've established it. Yes,
it's a fact.
We've established it. You would play Bruno. Cool.
I'll play Bruno on one wing.
Hamza, you don't have to keep it. Hamza,
one wing. Bruno behind
you don't have to keep explaining it. We understand what you're saying. If you was Manchester City manager, you would play Bruno in City's 11. We get that. Cool.
I'll take him.
We've established that.
But he's never been given a chance.
Nobody. That's a whole different conversation. We're just saying he would play. Hamza, Manchester City fan, and I put that in quotation marks because people are saying you supported Arsenal. I don't know about all that. So we ain't gonna tell you. That's what people have said. That's what people have said. I don't know how true that is. So,
they hate me. Flawless. They hate me. They hate me.
I understand why, but the point I'm making is we've heard it here first. Hamza's saying that Bruno starts in Manchester City's 11. So he's moving Bernardo Silva wide right, Grealish
he plays wide right,
and Haaland up top. Okay, cool.
Bernardo Silva normally plays right.
So Foden holding bench for Bruno Fernandes. Crazy. You heard it here first.
I think. Bruno,
so you think Bruno's a better player?
And I'll tell you why.
Wait, Hamza, answer the question. You think Bruno Fernandes is a better player than Phil Foden?
Yeah, he's a better player.
Okay, cool. We established it. All right.
And I need to see that shows you. Okay. I look at players.
It shows delusion. That's what it shows. But
Bruno more than me. I put my hand up. Flawless has seen Bruno more than me as a City fan. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I'm only seeing him on highlight. But whenever I see this guy, goals.
Key word what you just said, and see what I was talking. This is a teachable moment, people. See how when I was talking in regards to Bruno, and I said how you have people who just look at GNA, and you have GNA guys. What did Hamza? Two key things Hamza just said there. This is why you let people talk, because then you realize what's going on. He said, one, I don't watch him a lot. 2 highlights, and when I watch him 3, it's all goals. So he's not watching him in the totality of the full 90. But yeah, I understand it now.
I'll tell you why. For this, some people have come to me and they used to say the same thing. Haaland has. Do you remember that agenda was being made? Haaland has made Man City worse.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Haaland made Man City worse. Yeah. And I fought that. I was the guy that fought that. I said, yo, football is about scoring goals.
I agree. No. In regards to that, I agree with you with Haaland, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, that's
one plays in midfield and one plays as a 9.
Let me ask you this, Hamza. Let me ask you this. Different question altogether. Still includes Bruno Fernandes, though. If you had the choice between the two, who are you taking, Odegaard or Bruno Fernandes?
Currently?
No, who's the better player?
Currently, Odegaard.
So Odegaard starts for Manchester City as well?
No, currently Odegaard is outstanding.
So Odegaard starts for Manchester City as well, in your opinion?
No, I'm answering the question. Overall, that's why I'm coming back.
Yeah, it's an overall thing. Stop trying to dance around it. He asked you a question. Who's the better player, Bruno Fernandes or Odegaard?
Sometimes
go on.
The answer can't be directly, and I have to make sure you understand so that people don't take it personally. He's a better now, but overall, I'm taking Bruno. Fact.
Okay, cool. All right.
He gets me the goals, man.
So okay, cool. Goals, isn't it?
Okay.
And KDB was asked. Kevin De Bruyne was asked. who's the better player between Odegaard and Bruno? What did KDB say?
Exactly, and I'm glad you brought that up. People, I got rebuttals like I know what
Thank
he's
you,
going to say.
thank
That,
you.
no, that's a prime example, people. You see De Bruyne is saying that. Why world-class players don't become world-class managers? Exactly why. Zidane's the only one.
Dan.
Can I just
Zidane,
say,
okay,
as well?
okay. Wait, Hamza,
Ancelotti.
Hamza, can I just say, as well,
Ancelotti,
yeah?
what world-class player?
Hamza,
Ancelotti was a world-class player.
Okay, when did you watch him? When did you watch him?
No, I haven't watched him live.
Oh,
but
okay.
Ancelotti, I've watched football now.
Okay, I
Ancelotti's
give you
known as
Ancelotti. That's
world-class.
two. Name the rest.
Hamza,
Johan
Name the
Cruyff.
rest.
Johan
Name the rest.
Cruyff.
Hamza, just because
Modern
Bruno
Modern
Fernandez-
day. Don't go before our time, man. How old are you? You ain't 60. Modern day. Modern day. Zidane. That's it.
Okay, modern day.
Zidane.
Okay, Didier Deschamps.
Mikel Arteta.
Didier Deschamps was not a world-class player. I watched him. Very
Are
good.
you
Wasn't
Juventus?
world-class. He was not world-class.
Yeah, no, just like Hamza, just because De Bruyne says something.
Not many. You're right, flawless.
Yeah, I'm fully
Hamza,
aware.
Hamza,
Yeah,
Hamza,
I'll
just,
give you that. Yeah, not many. Pele, Maradona
Hamza.
never became. You're right.
just because De Bruyne says something doesn't mean it's true.
Mm.
Earlier on this season, Lionel Messi tried to tell everyone that Cristiano Romero is the best centre-back in world football. Does anybody believe that?
Hamza does.
Huh?
Not at all, mate.
Messi said it. So because De Bruyne said it about, you know what I'm saying? Because De Bruyne said it about Bruno. Messi's a much better player than Bruno. So Romero's the best centre back in Europe, yeah? Of
No.
your logic. Why
No,
was the difference?
But we know why he backed him. We know
What's the
it.
difference? Why did he back him? Oh, okay.
Patriotism.
Oh,
But I have
it's
facts.
favoritism. Oh,
You,
okay.
you see, people are patriotic. They're gonna back their own player. They
Yeah, sure.
from the same nationality. It happens in every game, and
Mhm.
we have this bias, unconscious bias. But Bruno, to me, I just think, and flawless. I defended Pogba till now.
I'm with
I
you.
thought- I defend because to me, I hate United, but then sometimes I see Pogba. I said it. I said, "Yo, I cannot take this." He'll walk into City. In fact, I did videos. I wanted Pogba at City
I
when
get
he
that.
was running his contract down, and City fans were tired. I said, "Yo, you can't. He's world class."
You can't. I'm not gonna debunk you on that. I rated Pogba.
Yeah, I rate Pogba as well. So,
I agree with you on
in
that.
terms of, I understand sometimes, but you understand more Bruno than me. You've watched, and I put my hand up that part.
Yeah,
You've
it
seen
shows.
him. Yeah, and for you to say, Hamza, I understand what you're trying to say. I would not say, listen, I'm 100% right. But in my opinion, what I've seen him, I thought, yo.
Yeah, because you're watching him in highlights. He's a great
Huh?
highlight player. Because you watch
Yeah,
him in
that's
highlights,
everything
your own
Portugal.
words.
Yeah.
Your own words. You said, I watch him in highlights. Highlights is all well and good. The
Portugal,
game's
yeah.
90 minutes.
But to me, I just think currently, even if you bring Mbappe at United, he doesn't do it. Ask flawless. If you bring Mbappe at United, do you think he does?
Of course, I don't dispute that, but that's
That's what I
insert
think.
any. But that's insert. What you said about the Apples thing is that's insert any Manchester United player name here. So that argument can be used for anybody, and that's not the case. One of the main problems why Manchester United are where they are is because these players are not good enough. That's why. That's what it is. Because we've seen said players in this same environment and same predicament play well. We watched Casemiro last season in the same predicament play well. We watched Varane in the same predicament last season play well. We watched Martinez in the same predicament play well. So that's why I'm not hearing about everybody else. Because what it is with you and other Bruno stands and when people want to make excuses is when he plays well, you give him all the credit. When he plays badly, it's everybody else's fault. No, you can't have it both ways.
No.
It's one or the other.
I would always blame any play. You have to be, no matter when Haaland wasn't scoring goals. I said, he's going to throw back.
That's on him.
He has to take criticism. But
Yes.
I'm saying football is a team sport. I'll give you an
Agreed.
example. Yeah. Dennis Irwin in 98, 99 wasn't world class. Yes or no?
Sure, man. Of course he was world class.
No, not world class. Now we're talking
Yes, he
about
was.
Roberto Carlos. We're talking about Maldini.
He was a better defender than Roberto Carlos. He was better defensively.
World class.
Yes, he was
Like
world
if you
class.
ask people,
I would say he's world class. Yeah,
Dennis Irwin outside Man United. Not many.
I would of course they would.
No,
Not Maldini.
to you.
Maldini's the best defender
This
I've
is what
ever
I'm
seen
saying.
personally.
Flawless.
But no,
To you,
Irwin's
yes.
to
To
answer
you.
your question, Irwin's world class. What was Irwin's weakness? Defensively, he was solid, and offensively, he was solid. 2-footed, could get down the outside, technically sound, took free kicks, took penalties. What more do you want? Good aerially, physically, stamina. What more could you ask? Outside of Ashley Cole, he's the best left back ever in the Premier League. He's second only to Ashley Cole, in my opinion, at left back. That's it.
A big statement. That's a big statement.
I know it's a big statement, but a lot of people who are going to be commenting on him didn't watch him. How
No,
old are you,
I
Hamza?
watched him.
Are you in your 30s, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in my 30s.
All right, so you watched him then. Yeah,
I
you
watched
watched him.
I watched the United 98, 99.
Yeah,
So
you know. But yes, Dennis Irwin was 110% world class because
it's debatable if you ask. Flawless is saying that, but a lot of world fans, I'm telling you now, for a fact, many people would have taken many left backs ahead of
because
Dennis
there's but the thing is because they're also world class left backs. Who did you mention?
At that time, they were world class.
Yeah, you mentioned Maldini, you mentioned Roberto Carlos, you can mention Eliza Razou, for example. They were all top quality. But if you put Dennis Irwin in today's game, he's the best left back in the league right now. What are we talking about? Clear. Who's better than him in the league right now? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Who's the best left back now? I'll take him. I'll take Bardi over him anyway.
Who's the best left back in the league right now?
Who's the best left back in the league right now in the Premier League?
No, Premier League. Yeah,
I didn't say Balde.
He walks in. He walks in.
Who?
He walks in. Yeah, it's true. He walks in.
Yeah, he is, and he'd be one of the best
natural left back. Natural left back. Yeah,
he's that good. He's that good that he was 2-footed. For those that don't know, he could play left back and right back because he came through. He came through he actually started as a right back.
Yeah.
And then went to left back people.
But
so he could play either or. What are we doing here?
In that context,
the point I'm making is he's one of the best in Europe. Who's the best left back in Europe right now?
Somebody's put Zinchenko in the comments. Jesus Christ.
The best
Jesus Christ.
Who's the best left back in Europe right now? Who's doing a European left?
What's his name?
Alphonso Davies. Yes.
Yeah.
Alphonso,
and he's better. And to me, and Alphonso Davies is my favorite left back currently right now. Dennis Irwin was better. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's not as good going forward as Alphonso Davies, but he's miles better defensively. He gives you everything. Alphonso. He's miles better defensively. What we doing?
I think Alphonso Davies. Yeah, but in terms of many people, if you look at that 98, 99, that epitomized to me, football is a team sport. Football is a team sport. Dwight York, he was doing what he needed to do. Andy Cole, he needed to do. Teddy Sheringham was coming off the bench scoring. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I see that everyone were united. Now they're more divided. And one criticism he has to take is a captaincy. Is he a captain? No. Bruno's not a captain. Yeah, he showed you on the pitch. He wasn't able to
doing. Did you just figure that out?
No, I knew long time.
So why would you have it? So why would you have a player in your team that's not captain like?
Yeah, but he will never be a captain of my team. No chance.
No, that's what I'm saying. So why do you want someone in your team who displays those type of attributes? Who you just like refuse to give out?
No, but there's some players in my team that I'll not give captaincy to.
Who? Name him.
Who? Who's not a leader in your team?
Julian Alvarez is not a captain. Haaland's not a captain. I'll not give them captaincy.
Okay, cool.
They don't have those captain material yet.
They don't have the captain attributes.
Qualities.
What you're saying, yeah. Would you give Haaland the captain's armband over Bruno Fernandez?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he displays more leadership skills.
Yeah.
Would you give Alvarez the captain's armband over Bruno Fernandez?
No, not at all.
Of course you would. He displays more leadership skills.
No, he's not. He's not vocal. He's not more. I can see from Bruno there.
But we going on the whole. That's a fair point. But the point that I'm making is you just figured that out about Bruno being captain.
That captain.
But in regards to the 99 team, as good as they were a team, they were also amazing individuals.
Yeah,
from an individual standpoint, talent wise. Just because they were a great side doesn't mean they didn't have great individuals, because there's no such thing as a great side without great individuals. There ain't one. Any great side has great individuals in the team. Now, as a unit, were they exceptional? Of course. That's why they won a treble. That's why they won everything they won. However, from an individual standpoint, it was filled with world-class to top-class players. There's no Bruno level player there.
Was Jordi Cruyff top class?
When did he start for us?
No, I'm just saying he played in the final.
So he played in the final. So
Nicky Butt.
Nicky Butt wasn't world class. He was top class. Yes, he was top class. Yes.
Those kind of players.
Yes.
He's debatable. Nicky Butt.
No, it's not debatable. He was top class.
He's professional in the head.
He was top class. He was, as an individual, he wasn't world class. He was top class. He's much better. He's a much better player than Bruno.
He would walk into your team now. Yeah, he would walk into your team. 100%.
No, he walks into most, yes, because he's top class. The point I'm making is he's much better than Bruno. Bruno, who's starting for us, Nicky Butt didn't start for Manchester United. What are we talking about here? That shows the level. Someone who's starting for us and has the armband is not better than a squad player from 99. So I don't know what you're talking about in regards to teams. That 99 team was filled. People like try and hate on it because it made all your childhoods miserable, and I fully understand that. But that team was filled with it. World class to top class.
Henning Berg, Ronnie Johnson.
He's one of the most underrated centre backs ever
World
in
class.
the Premier League.
World
top
class.
Top class. Top
Ah,
class. Top
it's
class.
good. Yeah, it's good class, not top.
He was
Like
top
that
class.
level.
Of course he was.
Ronnie heading back.
Yes. No, decent squad player. Good. Very good player.
Where's Brown?
Top quality. But I'm biased because he's from the ends.
Yeah. See, I mean,
I'm
they're
biased.
all good teams.
He's from
And
the
that's
ends.
what that
But
taught me.
why you naming squad players? Name the stars.
I know, but he started. At one point he benched Neville,
No,
I remember.
He
At
didn't.
Brøndby. He was starting
Against
to bench.
Brøndby. The point is I'm making, if they're both fit, Gary Neville starting. What are you talking about?
I remember
I don't know
he
who you
benched.
be.
I remember
I
he
know what it
benched.
is, Hamza. You be in Twitter spaces talking to people who didn't watch.
No.
old
I
enough.
remember.
You know what I'm
Flawless.
saying? I'm old enough to
Flawless.
remember.
I watched your team inside
And I watched
out.
too. I
Yeah,
watched
I
my
watched
team
it.
inside out.
I understand you
And there
watched
was
it,
no
but I
time
watched
that
as
Wes
much
Brown.
as
There's
you
no way Wes Brown started over Gary Neville. We can go check. We can literally Google it and go check fixtures and appearances.
Yeah. Most games, but there was one
Vast
point I
majority.
remember. Wes Brown started 3 or 4 games, and I remember Gary Neville
Okay,
got benched. Yeah, but then Gary Neville won his spot back.
Of
But
course.
listen, you had a leader.
I don't know about that.
But you had a leader. You had a manager.
We had leaders.
You had a manager.
We had the GOAT. Yes. We had a unicorn.
One of the greatest
Yes.
managers of all time.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he would never. And that's what makes a football team. He knows he will not accept mediocrity. He knew.
Facts. I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point you're making.
And the difference now, you have a manager who I believe Flawless. He hasn't got the dressing room. I believe.
Maybe. Cool.
I be Flawless. I called you out 2-3 weeks ago. I thought there's something called respect. Yeah.
Cool.
When I come to work, you should respect your boss. You turn up on time. You come in. You do your work. You do whatever. You don't take the piss. Oh, I'm going outside. I'm going for a cigarette. I'm not coming back for 40 minutes late. Does that make sense? But you can see the players. Yeah, I get angry when I see players taking advantage. Some of these players are taking 300,000 a week. That's a joke.
What's that got to do with what we talk? I don't understand your overall point.
No, it's about professionalism.
Yeah, what about it?
And there's something called respect. When you come there, at least fighting mentality. Against Sheffield United is scraping wins.
Yeah, these players don't have it.
That's what I say. That's what I think.
Flawless. Yeah, we know.
I think dressing room.
I'm in agreement. I don't. The reason why I don't pay much too mind to that, because whether he had the dressing room or not, it makes no difference to me whatsoever.
It does, Flawless.
You don't make no difference to me. No. Again, you didn't hear the word that I said. I said to me because I don't think these players are good enough. We can come up with all the excuses in the world. These players are not good enough. I've been saying this from last year when we had a good season. These players are not good enough. People keep talking about dressing rooms and mentality, which kind of adds into it. These players are just not that good. So I don't know what you're talking about.
So all this... No, let me ask you a question, Flawless.
Yeah, of course.
All these players, when you signed them, you never wanted them?
Who?
You never thought they were good enough?
Who? You got to name who?
Let me say, for example, when you signed Bruno, you didn't want him?
I didn't know about him, so I don't know. I don't be watching football.
Oh, okay. When you saw him doing... For first season,
for the first season, he was decent, and then I realized what he was, and I was like, "Oh crap! You give us goals and assists and nothing else."
So over time, you noticed that.
Yeah, over time, I noticed that. Yeah, because I don't watch. I don't watch it. I don't watch football outside the Prem like that. So I don't watch football outside the Premier League like that to assess players. So what I always ask, because shout out to my chat, because they are much more clued up than me. Anytime we get linked to a player, I say, forget his skill set. Tell me who he's like in the Premier League. That's what I always ask. Anyone in the chat will know that. I always ask, what's his profile? I'll say, forget skill. I'm not saying who's he level with, who he's close to, no. What's he like? Same way with Højlund. He told me he's 6'3", pace and power, technically decent. I was like, I want you here. And from what I've seen, it looks like that. When people are running jokes and saying, oh, B-Tech Haaland. Well, Haaland gets 30 goals. So if you're B-Tech, you get half of that, 15, I take that. And from what I've seen from Højlund, I like.
But Flawless, let me ask you. There's sometimes like Tottenham. Look at Tottenham. Let me give you an example. Tottenham. Tottenham haven't got how many? Forget about what they've done so far. If I told you beginning of the season, would you take Udoji? Would you have taken the guys at Papesa? Would they walk in? If I told you beginning of the season.
Oh, I killed this. They're two of their starting three midfielders I wanted at Manchester United.
Who?
In the past 2 seasons. Come on, man. You're a footballing guy.
You said Basuma Brian.
Yes, I wanted Basuma when he was at Brighton. Yes.
I wanted Basuma at Arsenal.
Yeah, but I liked him at Brighton. Yes, I understand that. But when he came to Tottenham, I'm talking about this beginning of the season. If I asked Flawless and said, are you taking Basuma, who can't start for Tottenham, would you have taken him? As a fan?
Yes.
You would have taken him.
Yes, because I'm a fan of Basuma. I wanted Madison. This is documented. Go to my channel, sir. This is documented. I've been speaking about Madison for the past
Imagine asking
12
him
to
that
15 months.
Imagine
Madison.
Right,
I said I'd take
Hamza,
and
Hamza.
Basuma.
Imagine the question you've just asked Flawless. Would he rather Basuma, who doesn't start for Spurs, or McTominay in midfield? We all know the answer to that question, don't we? Come on, let's be real.
No, but I thought Casemiro. But I thought
but
Casemiro can't do it on his own, bro.
No. It's alongside, but it's alongside. Look at what Basuma and Madison are doing in the Spurs midfield with Sarr alongside them. So imagine you put that at Manchester United, and instead of Sarr, it's Casemiro, Basuma, Madison. I ain't the brightest. I'm not the most knowledgeable footballing guy. I get more things wrong than I get right. However, I could clearly see, hey, you know what? Basuma's performing at Brighton. Go get him at Manchester United. Oh, Madison's been performing at Leicester. Actually helped them win things. None of this carrying you to wins. He actually helped them win an FA Cup. Go get Madison. Put some goals and assists. I've watched him over 90 minutes enough where I go, you're a quality player. Certain people told me that Bruno Fernandez is better. Well, not even certain people. Many people. Many people in my chat told me.
Imagine Madison was available for 50 million and these guys went and spent 60 on Mason Mount, who don't even start. Who doesn't even start.
Criminal.
Do you know what I mean?
That's when you look at the manager. That's when you look at the manager.
100%. I agree with that.
You look at the manager. The talent ID. I'll give you an example. I told Flawless before. I don't know whether I told him, but I told him there were Chelsea players like Dumfries. Okay, I don't rate him. I don't know how Flawless rates him. Arnautovic. They were chasing players like Arnautovic. You wanted.
I don't worry about who we're chasing. I concentrate on who we've signed. And in regards to Ten Hag and the players we signed, I don't have too many issues with his signing. It's only Martin Anthony.
Amrabat.
I don't mind Amrabat.
You don't like, but a lot of your fan base was saying that Amrabat is going to be this player that is going to change.
Again, there you go again. You made this mistake in part one. Our fans are talking about. They don't speak for me. I don't speak for them. I represent me. So I can't really speak for them.
You speak to them. What did they say about Amrabat?
Yeah, a lot of our fans were like gassed about him, of course, because that's the Manchester United way.
So
that's the Manchester United way. Any player we get linked to, all of a sudden, from a certain part of our fan base, is exceptional. Any player we get linked to, pick a player. Pick a random player from La Liga or Ligue 1. If we get linked to him in January, a section of our fan base is going to jump up and down on Twitter where you're at, where I'm at, where Brandon is, and tell you how great this guy is, having not watched him.
That sounds like Arsenal.
Arsenal do it. City do it. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal do it. Liverpool do it.
Amrabat's hype was different. Amrabat's hype was different.
The reason why, Hamza, the reason why it was different is because we're the loudest fan base on social media, so it's going to be more. We're loud. We don't shut up.
A lot of your not a lot, and I'm talking about
a hell of a lot. I know.
Amrabat will change everything. I believe you. He will change.
Yes,
Man United. And I was thinking,
I believe you.
My God, I was scared. I was thinking, at one point, I was scared. I thought, I don't want these guys back because these guys might change Man United. At one point, I was going to Moroccan channels. I swear, I spoke to a guy called Saad. He's a Moroccan guy. He told me, Amrabat will change everything. He's an Arsenal fan, and I thought, damn, are you serious? And he said, yeah. And I thought, bloody hell, these guys. And as soon as they've signed him, I thought, oh my God, double pivot, Amrabat and Casemiro breaking things down. United will be dangerous. Yeah. Then I had to see what Amrabat is all about. They've already thrown him under the bus. They've already thrown him under the bus.
It's because people are like go over the top with their criticism of certain, like, we know what it's like. It's social media era. I'm saying praise is over the top and the criticism, there's very little balance. There's very little mediating, like, all right, let's see, like, oh, he's a good player who had a bad game, or he's a bad player who's in good form. Like, do I like Amrabat? Yes, because again, comes back to watched him in the World Cup and attributes. Like, would I have preferred other players in that area? Yes. I've said for the longest, get me athletic players in midfield. I wanted Onana from Everton. Said this. Go get Onana from Everton. Fits the bill whatsoever. Would have been cheap. Players a squad player. Obviously, I wanted someone in ahead of him. But yeah, I wanted to upgrade on Eriksen and I would have went and got Onana. Basics. Onana's down the road in Liverpool. Just go get him. 6'4", athletic, knows the league, technically sound, can improve. Obvious signing. But yet we went and signed Mason Mount for 60 M's. Here we are.
But I'm saying there's a lot of the problem is a lot of signings that you've made, like the Amrabat that was supposed to be living up the hype, failure. You're right, Mason Mount, 65 million. Hasn't lived up to that thing. A lot of your fan base were talking about this Kobe Minor, but he's young. I'm not going to talk about he's young.
Young. He's only just come back.
He's 18, he's 17. We're talking about other signings that who else did you make? Regulon, some fan base thought, okay, it was a loan signing. It was loan. That was a loan.
Same way, Amrabat was a loan signing. Obviously, there's an option to buy.
Onana was supposed to be the solution. The thing, the guy's gonna change everything, and he's gonna change everything at United. The style of play. He's been disappointing. What do you like?
That's foolish. That's foolish logic to think a goalkeeper's gonna help us score more goals. Yeah, again, you gotta understand who you're talking to.
Yeah, but they said about keeping the ball because United were losing the ball quite often. De Gea would pass it from the back.
All you have to do is look at our squad and go, we're not gonna keep the ball. Look at our team. The individuals tell you that.
Yeah,
the individuals tell you that.
You only have to look at the individuals that played at the weekend. Do you really think Johnny Evans and Maguire are keeping that ball away from Haaland?
Even outside of that, McTominay's playing still, and Bruno's your boy Bruno's playing as well. Like what we doing? Of course,
exactly. But listen, we've got to talk about Man City. We're 40 odd minutes in. Of course, we've got to talk about City. We've done talking about Man United for now. Flawless can relax a bit now. Man City, Hamza. Of course. It was a bit of a training ground session. That's what people have been saying. It was a training ground session. It was an easy win for you. You know, you started the season really well. People say slowly because you've lost 2 games. But, you know, that's kind of how traditional Man City start the season. But there are a select few people that don't think you're going to win the league this season. A select few people think that it will be either Arsenal or Liverpool. Do you see that? Do you see City not winning the league this season? And if so, who do you think is going to be your closest rival this season?
I'm very lucky. One thing I have to say, I've always said that I've got the greatest manager in the world by far. Like, this guy is just coach, I would say. Coach. This guy's a winner. He's born as a... I don't know how to inform people. He's born into winning. He hates losing. He hates losing. City fans are confident. Look how you speak to them. They mock the league. It's easy. We're going to win the league. You speak to anyone. I was speaking to Barcelona fan. Oh, don't worry. You guys win the league. It's easy, man. You guys are pumping everyone there. Yeah? Everyone. I was talking to El Clasico, Barcelona fan, and Real Madrid. I was talking. They're like, you guys have just got that. It doesn't matter. You win it. You guys have got the guy. Pep Guardiola is a winner. He's won it as a player, dominated, winning Champions League, played with great players, I've told you before, made that greatest team ever. Greatest team ever. 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 We're not talking. If people talk about who's the greatest team ever, people say Brazil 70s, Barcelona. People talk about that till now. Who was involved in that? Pep Guardiola. Yeah, he's involved in helping, not only indirectly, getting Spain to win the World Cup. When he's the manager, a team that never won the World Cup, majority of his players are part of that Spain winning the World Cup. He goes to Germany, he starts winning. He breaks the record. He goes there.
We're talking about Pep.
Pep Guardiola.
Oh, he failed in Germany, but we move. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, he goes there. He wins the league. He breaks most records. But the Champions League, he's cheated with Real Madrid. I remember that season he got cheated.
Here we go.
He cheated.
Right, sure.
Why?
Okay.
But you know what? Big up, yeah.
Don't want to talk about we don't want to talk about Manchester City and that C word. So we just keep it moving.
And you know what? Germany wins the World Cup. Germany, look at what he does. People don't value that. This is heritage. He goes to a country, they win the World Cup ever. He goes to Germany. His players they win the World Cup. He comes to England, the whole.
So Hamza, England gonna win the World Cup in 2026. Wait, England gonna win the on
Hamza, Sunday in a park. People are playing from the back. I'm thinking, makes sense. Sure.
England are gonna win the World Cup 2026, then, yeah.
England have never been this good. They used to be the biggest bottle jobs.
Answer the question. England are winning the World Cup 2026, yeah.
They might win the Euros. Euro. We're talking about Euros.
They win the Euros, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Not World Cup, but they win the Euros. But they didn't
win the Euros,
year, year before.
And surprise, England, who are known to be the biggest bottle jobs. They bottle group stages. We've seen Yeah, so many. Even when Wayne Rooney, Owen Hargreaves, all these David Beckham, Paul Scholes, whatever Lampard they've had, they don't do anything. They come out quarterfinal, pack your bags, come back home. But you're seeing again, hold on, England will go to the Euro final. Everyone was shocked. Yo, what's going on? There's something is changed. There's a man here. It makes sense. You see the pattern. This is the guy. He's here. He's here. And this country should be privileged. He's here. This country should be very privileged.
Hamza, I'm going to have to stop you there,
that's
mate.
what I believe.
I'm going to have to stop you there.
How can I not win the league with that guy there?
This little passionate rant you're going on, I don't want people thinking they've tuned into Pornhub or something, because you're getting a bit excited here. I get it. Pep Guardiola is the best manager in world football. I think we all know that. His accolades and everything, right? But that wasn't the question. The question is, can anyone stop City this season? And if so, who?
Yes. I fear one team. One team I fear. And I told everyone beginning of the season, and I said, they're getting away with it. People are not stopping to talk about them. Liverpool. Don't play those guys. I tell you, you guys are good. Yes. I tell you why they're dangerous. As soon as they qualified Europa League, I got disappointed. I thought Klopp is dangerous. He can decide, I am not playing my full team. I'm going to concentrate. You guys are playing the Champions League with me. Our players can get injured. We'll play a full squad. We're vulnerable. These guys are frauds, are playing teams in Latvia, Moldova, FC Bata, FC Sheriff, all the way to the semi. And then they can start the full line. So they can save Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, Szoboszlai. They can save all these guys. Van Dijk. They can say, yo, don't play on Thursday. They've only got 28 games. And I said to people, I'm worried about Liverpool. I'm watching Liverpool results closely. I'm praying for them to draw and lose a game. I prefer Arsenal to win the games, because I think Arsenal are capable of winning, but they lack experience. Their managers never won the league as a manager. A lot of their players have bottled it last season. Psychological issue. They're scared. They're worried. They're scraping results. Yeah.
Scared.
Yeah, because what's happened last season? After what happened last season.
Hang on. Hamza, we'll go through this stage, my friend. Yeah. Sometimes you have to lose out before you win it, right? And that's called a psychological boost, right? Because you've been there before, so you know what to expect the next time, right? I'm pretty sure that when Alex Ferguson came into Manchester United, they didn't win the league the first season that he was there. Yeah. It takes time to get there, and you have to put building blocks in play. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win the league, right? But the point is, for you to say that that's a psychological block on players, I don't think it is. I think it's far from that. And to say we're scared, well, we beat you this season so far. We beat United this season so far. Yeah, we got a draw against Chelsea and Tottenham. But we've played, most of the big teams apart from Liverpool so far. And we're still unbeaten.
I think, listen, Arteta's built something special. I rate him so highly as a manager. Yeah,
because he's led them to a lot. That's what you're about to say, right?
No. He's what he's done with no experience.
No. He's led them to a lot, right? Because they've won games.
He's FA Cup. They won the first season. Was his first season?
Yeah. But guess what? That was with Unai Emery and Arsene Wenger's squad. Since he's brought his players in, Arteta, we've won nothing.
But Brandon, he's led them to wins, so he's led them to certain, right, Hamza? Since he's brought in his players.
No, he's led them to push us nearly to the end.
Okay, so that's an achievement. So
people laughed at Arsenal for many years.
Achievement, people. You heard it here first.
Arsenal for many years. People laughed and bantered Arsenal. People didn't think about Arsenal.
People are still laughing and bantering Arsenal after last season. What are we talking about?
No, they're bantering the way they fall off, and we have to apply that pressure. But you know what? No doubt about it. We think Arsenal are dangerous. I mock them because I know they're dangerous.
Who's weak?
Arsenal's very dangerous. I mock them because I put their fans
Who's
worry
weak?
And doubt on their heads.
Wait, Hamza. Who's weak? Who's weak? Who's worried about Arsenal? Oh, okay, fine.
City, Liverpool. Are you not? Hold on, you're not part of the title race anyway, Flawless.
No, we're not.
So that's what I'm saying. So when we're
But I
talking
still
about
wouldn't.
who's there,
If all right, I kill this dead. Even if Manchester United were in the title race, I wouldn't be worried about Arsenal because I don't think they can win it.
why?
Because I don't think they're good enough. I don't think their manager's good enough. That's why.
So you think Arsenal will fall off at the end?
Yeah, I don't think they can win the league. I don't think they're better than Liverpool. I don't think they're better than Manchester City.
Okay, and you think Liverpool will finish ahead of them?
Yes.
That's what my prediction was. But the question is, Arteta has.
It's not a question.
What scares me, Arteta. I watched the City documentary. The guy's learned. He sat down. He sat down.
Who have you got? All right. So
Hamza,
who have you got winning? Hamza, who have you got winning the league? That's my question to you.
I have to back.
All right, who's second?
I think that Klopp guy.
Liverpool. So we have the same front.
We have the same. I'm worried about them. I'm just worried about them.
Cool.
On one thing.
Hey, Pep's the greatest manager of all time, so you should be, according to you, he should be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I should be all right. And if I win four,
your
greatest manager's never done it.
Facts.
That seals that debate, mate.
Nah, it really don't.
The debate flawless.
No,
if I win four flawless,
you don't seal the debate.
It's gonna be a massive.
It don't seal the debate.
It does, whether you like it or not. It will be a massive debate.
It's not.
No manager in.
No, it's a debate, but you don't seal it. It's a debate.
It.
It's definitely a debate, 100%. But does it seal the debate? No.
Which I respect Ferguson. I respect Ferguson anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely a debate. But then again, you put Bruno in Manchester City's first 11, so here we are in it. We disagree on a lot. We see.
But you predicted that you beat us. You predicted you beat us. I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, of course I did. What did I say? What did I say? I said, "Well, win this game, and you should believe me, even though I'm lying."
Is that what you said, D? Okay.
See, because you don't be paying attention. Because you don't be paying attention.
Because I thought that what I'm looking for that scoreline. So I was paying attention to the score.
Yeah, I said 2. I said 2-1. I said 2-1.
Yeah.
I said 2-1, and you should believe me, even though I'm lying. I said this. I'm a Manchester United.
Where do you think you're going to finish the season?
That's a great question. I have no idea. Somewhere from 6 to 8th, somewhere in that region, probably.
Will you finish above Chelsea?
Yes.
And will Ten Hag get sacked before December, or will he not get sacked, do you think?
Probably get sacked before with our board. Does he get sacked before December? But I'm not sure. Because for some reason, I think we'll get out of the Champions League group, and I think they're waiting on that. But I think he gets sacked this season. He don't make it to the end of the season. I'll say that much.
I think if you go out of the Champions League,
yeah, they'll sack him.
That's it.
I think they'll sack him. Yeah, I think they'll sack him if he goes out of the chat. But for some reason, I think we'll just shithousery our way through that group. But yeah, if you don't make it out of the Champions League group, I think he'll get sacked.
I think that's a tough one. Yeah, Copenhagen away decides.
Yeah, Copenhagen away, Galatasaray away, Bayern at home. Not easy. No game's easy. We play Luton at home soon.
That's playing Newcastle. Are you going to take the Carling Cup seriously than Newcastle one? Or do you think you should throw it away?
No, we're definitely. What do you mean throw it away? That's one of our only chances. We got 2 chances of winning a trophy. That and the FA Cup. We better take that serious, and I think he will, because he'll rotate, and them players will play better than the team players we've been playing. The one good performance we put in is when he switched it around in the Carabao Cup last round. So I hope to see Garnacho and Palestri and Kobe Mainoo and everybody like that. Play them players, because they'll play better than these lot. Hannibal, play them.
Last question, guys. Not obviously Man United, Man City related. We've covered most of that. Messi won the Ballon d'Or today.
Don't tell me you won the Ballon d'Or. No.
Yes, Messi won the Ballon d'Or.
No.
Ahead of Haaland.
No.
What do you make of it?
You won the treble,
seriously, you won the Ballon d'Or. It's confirmed.
Yes, Messi's won it.
Bullshit, man. That's a lot. That's wrong, man. It's a fraud then. It's a fraud completely, 100%. That's a joke, 100%.
Why?
That's a joke. That's a joke. That's the biggest joke. That already tells us a PR stunt. I mean, no one cares about that anyway. That's a joke. He was robbed, 100%. How do you know? Hold on. I know he won the World Cup. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting that. My guy's won a treble. He broke the record in the Premier League.
But you know what this tells you, Hamza? You know what this tells you?
Huh?
You did all this and nobody cares. That's what that tells you. You won the treble, broke all the records. Nobody cares because you're Manchester City.
It's not that. It's not. It's PR. It's Messi.
Well, no,
my guy's sitting.
Nobody cares.
My guy's sitting on relegation part of the MLS team Inter Miami, and he's getting given Ballon d'Or. What a joke!
Facts, man. You lot won the treble. And
That's
there's
a
more
joke.
talk about Arsenal
It's
throwing
not
it
about
away.
who cares. It doesn't matter who cares. I'm taking
Nah,
the treble
definitely
home.
cares. Who cares? I'm good.
You see, it's like me taking a cup home. I don't care who cares. I've got the belt.
Yeah, man.
I don't
have
care.
the
I
belt,
don't
man.
ask people about my neighbors. Do you really care? I want that. Give me the treble. I don't care
Yeah,
if
you
they
did.
care.
But yet you're
Give
here
me the
complaining
trophies.
about Ballon d'Or. You just want a
But
treble.
this
Why are you
one
complaining about
is a
Ballon d'Or?
no, because the
Wait.
PR stuff.
You just want a treble. Why are you complaining about Ballon d'Or?
Because he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, well, is it? Well, you know who thought he deserved it? The people who vote for
It tells
Ballon
me
d'Or,
it's a
mate.
PR stunt.
That's who cares. Yeah, okay. PR.
It's a PR stunt, 100%.
And where does PR? Because you ain't got no PR as Manchester City. That's why.
No, we do have the PR, but the thing
What
is,
PR do you have?
For Messi,
Yeah.
for this, they had. Oh
But
my
wait,
God!
what PR do you have, man?
I
You
can't
give
believe
away.
you won.
What
What
PR
PR?
do you
What
have?
PR do you have? I can barely
Bullshit,
find a City
man.
fan.
Yeah, PR,
Do you know
man.
what I
Lies,
mean?
man.
Don't do that. They give away Manchester City tickets at unis and colleges. Don't do
No,
that.
it's not that. It's the fact that
That's
we
a
can't
fact.
do it without Messi. He
People
has
are
to be
laughing.
celebrated.
That's a
He
fact.
has to be in
Yo,
the World
man,
Cup. Or just give it to
I
him for the
swear,
sake of giving to
I'm
Messi.
telling you, people.
Otherwise,
Hey,
Messi will
Brandon,
never
stop laughing, man.
host
This is
for us
serious
the
business.
Ballon
They
d'Or.
did.
That's the PR they need. They
they were.
needed bullshit. These
That's
guys
a
are
fact.
deluded. I will never accept Ballon d'Or ever again in my life. I will never accept in my
That's
life.
a fact,
Ballon
people.
d'Or.
I'm being
I don't
deadly
care.
serious, yo. They were giving away. They used to give away Manchester City home tickets at unis and college.
No,
I know
I
this.
didn't know you should see that.
It's facts. Yeah,
Otherwise,
of
I was
course
gonna
you want. My
go-
mom used to
I was
work
gonna
in a
buy
college.
tickets.
I know this. My mom used to work in a college and be like, they're giving away City tickets.
But
Man,
now they
man,
don't. Now it's rags to
Man,
riches,
man just said
That's
Man City Man just said Man City are tapping up kids like Jimmy Savile. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, have a ticket. Have a ticket. Have a ticket.
Can't believe, man. Oh my God, I'm so broken, man. That's fraud, man.
Oh
I
dear.
swear I can't believe. You know what? Messi is fighting relegation for MLS. He's 17, fighting relegation for MLS with Inter Miami, and he's the best player in the world. What a shame to football. What a shame to football that today we're only giving. Why didn't they not accept any Julian Alvarez if it's about World Cup? Julian Alvarez won everything, man.
Because Julian Alvarez plays for Manchester City when nobody cares.
No, because of that. It's Messi, man. It's fraud. No wonder.
Man.
It's
Yeah,
a joke.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad that's annoyed you. Good. I'm glad.
Bro, I'm pissed, man. That's a joke.
I'm glad
man.
you're pissed, man. Good.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Big up Messi. Hamza's pissed. We're out of here.
Hey, Messi fully deserved.
No.